All right. Obviously, the very big story lately, you've probably all seen the headlines, is how Elon Musk might be faking his Path of Exile 2 gameplay. If we're being completely honest here, he's obviously faking it. But with every single major video game outlet and commentator giving their opinions, I wanted to weigh in myself and see if I can't do a sort of much more comprehensive top-down overview.
Yep.
Because I think a lot of people are fixating on individual aspects of the story without looking at the broader picture.
Okay.
Obviously, the title is a little bit extreme, I'll admit that, but what exactly
Biggest
should you
gaming
call it
fraud
when
in
the world's
history.
richest
That's a good title, bro.
businessman who's supposedly going to send the human race to Mars with his various companies also happens to have the incoming president's overwhelming favor as he gets appointed to official positions in government reform for the most powerful nation on Earth? What exactly do you call it when that man is outright faking his own prominence in popular video games, claiming to be either one of the best or the actual top speedrunner in Diablo 4, one of the top 10 global players in Path of Exile 2, hardcore Path of Exile 2 at that, and systematically misrepresenting himself as better and more talented than he really is, as far back as the 1990s? I call that pathetic. Here's the thing, to properly explain just how sad this whole saga actually is, we need to start at the very, very beginning, and we need to cover a number of different games because the most recent accusations of faking his Path of Exile 2 progress by using an account that someone else has progressed for him, despite those accusations being the most immediate and the most damning by far. The most recent accusations from Path of Exile 2, they don't actually tell the full story, not by a long shot. To really get inside the mind of Elon Musk,
Here we go.
supposed master of gaming, business genius, political revolutionary, tech mogul, and internet troll, we have to start by talking about Quake. I'll get there to Path of Exile 2, but as the controversy picked up steam, old clips began surfacing rapidly, where Elon Musk had said things like this.
It's not a super long-term career being a pro gamer. I was semi-pro back in ancient times with Quake. So I actually made money and they had the first paid tournament in the
It's a
US.
classic line. Classic line.
And we came second. We would have come first, except I was the second best guy on the team. Best guy on the team's computer crashed halfway through the game.
Not the best, second
So
best.
we came second in the end. But
So you call it foot in the door lie, boys. Your foot in the door. You're basically, so he's playing it down. You're playing it down.
I put ridiculous amounts of time into
Not
Quake.
only the best.
That's interesting to
Second
me.
best team.
Not just because I used to personally
Makes a lie more believable.
know someone who was an early professional Quake player,
Yeah.
but also because the way he makes it sound, the only reason that he didn't win the first ever cash prize Quake tournament was because a player on his team disconnected.
Yeah, he would have
He
won
was the
otherwise.
second best on the team, and they would have won, but not for this unfortunate circumstance. That's pretty impressive. Just to underscore that point, here's a clip on Lex Friedman where Elon Musk reiterates that he was maybe one of the best Quake players in the world.
Yep.
And I'm pretty, admittedly I'm 52, so my reflexes are not what they used to be, but I have a lifetime of playing video games. At one point I was, maybe one of the best Quake players in the world. I actually won money in what I think was the first paid esports tournament in the US.
Well, just to provide a little bit more context
Okay.
the early Quake scene, at least from a tournament perspective, is very difficult to analyze. There's not a whole lot of documentation about whatever this team event might have been. And sure, you can find fragments of testimony here and there from anonymous accounts on various gaming forums actually corroborating that Elon Musk was part of a runner-up team in some sort of early event. But the thing I want to focus on is his repeated claim that he was one of the best Quake players in the world. Let's talk about that. As much as
Wait, you know what it reminds me of, bro? It reminds me of like a fucking guy who was like a high rank in like class, fucking Burning Crusade when everyone was complete dog shit at the game. And then they actually just played 5v5 and they were complete dog shit and they got carried. And then they have like this old achievement from way back and they act like they're like the best fucking guy in the room everywhere they go. So it's like I worked at Blizzard. It's like it's the Athene vibe. It's the whatever you want to call it. They get like this. They're bricked. They exist in WoW to this day. By the way, there's still people going on about how they were like top ranked in Burning Crusade, and they could easily destroy everyone in PvP if they wanted to. It's legitimately, it's the same vibe, bro.
early Quake tournament scene is incomplete in its documentation. Other parts of Quake history are carved in stone. And one of those indisputably historic moments was a tournament called Red Annihilation, where the grand prize was a brand new red Ferrari. This is like video game bedrock history back in the day, where 1,900 initial contestants slowly chipped away to reveal the final winner, Dennis Fong, aka Thresh, who would be immortalized as, quote, the world's first professional gamer. Which is a hell of a title. Here's where it gets funny, though. I couldn't find any evidence whatsoever that Elon Musk competed during Red Annihilation, which was very clearly the pinnacle Quake esports event of the time period, for anyone even remotely capable of having a shot at it. But going further, during an interview with DJ Wheat, former CEO of Twitch, in 2020, Dennis Fong, aka Thresh, the first ever widely recognized professional Quake
we just
player,
watched this, didn't we?
had this to say at roughly 33 minutes in, specifically mentioning Elon Musk by name.
Well, actually, I mean, it was funny. Like Elon Musk, he's known as a huge gamer. We used to play in the same Quake server.
Yeah.
Almost every day, I'd see him on. He'd be playing as Zip2 was his username, and a really good buddy of mine. He was okay.
Was it? Hold on, Dennis. Hold on. Was Elon Musk any good?
He was okay. I mean,
You could be honest.
no, he wasn't very. He wasn't very good.
I mean, bro, dude, getting exposed by DJ Wheat, bro. DJ Wheat comes into the saga. He comes into the saga, bro. Dude fucking exposes us. So, yo, Thresh is calling him the fuck out. The first ever pro gamer. The guy who popularized WASD. Literally invented WASD. Holy, bro. The guy who invented WASD is calling Elon Musk bad at video games. God fucking damn.
But my
But
buddy
he's
of
still
mine,
a Quaker, right?
he's still an OG.
I don't know about you, but that doesn't really sound like the type of nervous laughter that you would get when talking about someone who really is one of the best players in the world. That sounds like the type of chuckle you give when you know that the player's dog shit. But they're all...
Okay, got him, bro. True.
also the richest person on the planet, and you don't really want to piss them off or just outright insult them. So you keep saying, he was okay, before finally laughing and admitting, no, he was not very good.
Shit, bro.
Contrary to the public persona that Elon Musk puts forward now with regards to his gaming accolades, no. No, he was not one of the best Quake players in the world. Not even close.
Yep.
But at least he did play the game, which is something, and he logged hours while getting to know the culture. So in that sense, yes, he is a gamer. And I do kind of respect him for it. At least, I would have. Jumping forward through time, we get to our next example of Elon the Gamer, which is Elden Ring. And I have to preface things right now. This is where I genuinely sort of respected him. Of all the information I looked at while making this video, Elden Ring is where I looked at the guy and thought, I don't know, yeah, that's maybe kind of relatable. He's
Yep.
just a guy having fun, appreciating video games, and that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Sadly, that feeling was extremely short-lived, but here's what happened. In 2022, Elon Musk replied to someone on Twitter, someone who said that they were struggling with Mage while playing Elden Ring, which is arguably one of the best games ever released at this point, at least in my view, and that they would appreciate his wisdom. Big air quotes around the word wisdom there. Yeah, he responded by giving a few tips and posting a screenshot of the build.
Yo, summer! No. Index for most mage weapon skills. Shield and left hand, stab on the right with rapier and claws. Fast switch. Change your armor from heavy to medium for fast roll or tank. Move talismans around a lot, period. Many small hits in a row to damage stack is important. Summon! What is this, dude? What the fuck is this, bro? Bro, this is like something that Pirate Software would make a YouTube sort about. All it needs to say is like, I worked at Blizzard, bro, and then it's actually a Pirate Software short. Right there.
That he uses,
There it
which
is.
seemed, without mincing words here, like total garbage. But at the very least, it felt like a legitimate thing that he probably came up with himself. The stats were completely botched. The choice of equipment was ridiculously bad.
Completely cooked out
and
the
even
wazoo.
from the perspective of someone who isn't an expert when it comes to Dark Souls or prerequisites
Equipped low and reloaded and fast roll is needed. This is a classic. This is a timeless classic, right straight up.
from software games before Elden Ring, the way he built the character was comedic. Two shields in the same hand at the same time, also they're both physical, while fat rolling, which is probably the worst way that you could ever progress through a Souls-like because you decrease your iframes, which is something even
Hey.
a novice player would immediately realize.
Hey, don't talk shit about heavy for rolling, bro, okay? Yo, Havels, baby, let's go!
And he had somehow leveled to over 100 while at the same time having an item that gives him the strength required to use Moonveil, which is a broken weapon when the game first came out, but choosing to never put the few points required directly into strength, instead focusing completely on intelligence for some reason, which is one of the most
He probably read a walkthrough, bro, and then that's the way we got to this.
Functional ways that you could build a mage character. It's like a child that doesn't have any actual high-level gaming experience. You're not mad at them, obviously. At least they're having fun. You can't be mad at them. But you look at it and you're like, what the fuck were you thinking? Still, that was pretty obviously something that he put together himself, because no one with any authoritative knowledge whatsoever of anything to do with the game would ever advise him to do that, which makes me, at the very least, respect him as an actual player.
There it is.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a genius, and no, this was not the way that a genius builds an Elden Ring character. But hey, at least he's actually playing.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding when I say this. Elon's build became a widespread meme.
It was a meme.
He got clowned on for this, with major publications even just roasting him.
The worst build you've ever seen. Elon's Elden Ring build is terrible.
For an entire article. And creators doing challenge runs where they beat the harder bosses in the game with this shitty setup.
And feeding Melania with Elon Musk's terrible Elden Ring build.
I have to wonder, like kind of genuinely wonder, if him getting laughed at so much for so long about how bad his character build was is the reason he did what he did more recently with Diablo 4 and Path of Exile.
Shit, bro.
I don't know, but I think it's a genuine possibility. Regardless, jumping ahead again, we arrive at Elon's appearance on Joe Rogan in late 2024. It starts right away with this right here.
So are you in the top 20 in the world or top 20? Wow, in Diablo.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell everybody your handle? No, don't tell them. Don't tell them. It's not worth it.
Well, they actually listed me with my actual name in the list.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, okay, that's awesome. And then again, a few seconds later, he says this.
If you think about like StarCraft or any game like Quake, any game where a lot of people are playing, to rise to the top, you have to be exceptional. Period. As a human being, there has to be something exceptional about you.
Yeah, actually, if I mention Quake, way back in the day, I was one of the world's best Quake players.
I know we talked about this.
Yeah.
He wasn't though. He wasn't. And so, dude, what is he up to?
Yeah.
No, you weren't.
Oh my
But
God.
that's okay, because maybe he's actually talented when it comes to Diablo.
Nah.
This is where I have to be a little bit technical, because right around the same time, as in a couple days before that actually, Elon was posting Diablo 4 speedruns on his alternate Twitter account with just a hilarious name. Some of them dropping below 3 minutes for a certain dungeon called the Pit, and this is kind of maybe impressive. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible, but basically he was doing content speedruns with progressively faster times, then stating that he was top 20 in the world on Joe Rogan, after which, on November 20th, to be precise, a few weeks later, he posted this and said, quote, "So many life lessons to be learned from speedrunning video games on max difficulty. Teaches you to see the Matrix rather than simply exist in the Matrix."
What's the Matrix? Like the Matrix is like he's seeing like all the boosters, bro, and all the RMT. I can see the RMT. I can see the boosting. Everyone's doing it. I'm doing it too. I am in the wall. I am literally Neo. Booster. RMT. Like what is that?
Diablo tier 150 finished in under 2 minutes. End quote. Here's the part that matters. All of these rankings are based on a website called Helltides. And even right now, Elon's previous 2 minute and 45 second clear time is listed at rank 55. That's impressive, right? Especially when the verbiage around all of it is, he's top 20 in the world at this game. But after he posted a sub 2 minute speedrun, it got even worse. There were articles all over the place about him now being the #1 Diablo 4 player in the world, on planet Earth. But what happens when we look at the actual full picture? Contrary to what it sounds like, Diablo 4 doesn't have rankings like that. There's no official leaderboards in the sense of speedrunning any content. And the website that Elon was using is actually a community-managed self-submission kind of leaderboard. In addition, it turned out that during the specific window of time where he did this speedrun, Diablo 4 had a glitch. Spiritborn, the class that he and every single other speedrunner is using because of how strong it is, was able to glitch the game and achieve quintillions of damage per second.
Okay, it was broken.
I'm not exaggerating, by the way. literally quintillions, as in billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion, numbers so big that the human mind stops really comprehending
I don't
them,
comprehend it anymore.
which let the character instantly delete every single enemy they would ever hit. Now, the clip he made doesn't show damage numbers, because if it did, they'd probably look like this. They're so glitched out that they even go negative, actually. But the usage of this exploit
but everyone was exploiting. Okay,
is the reason
I just don't think the gameplay is even his gameplay, bro.
that he was able to just instantly walk in and kill the final boss while achieving a world record sub 2-minute time. However, it gets better, because remember that this leaderboard isn't official. The way that people get themselves ranked on this board is to take a screenshot of their time or do a recording of their run and submit the evidence to the website moderators, which right now, as I make this video, has only been done roughly 1,600 times ever for at least the category that he's doing. There are 9 submissions pending at the moment. But back when
I didn't even know this. I thought there was an in-game leaderboard. I'll be honest. I didn't even know this. I thought it was an in-game leaderboard. Oh my god, bro. Dude, holy fuck. What the fuck is this shit? Holy fuck, he's bragging about a third-party website leaderboard which nobody even submits to. Holy fuck. Now, I feel like people using exploited characters, right? It's fine, because if everyone's doing the exploit, that's what, because Blizzard doesn't fix that shit. That goes for the whole season, right? Did they fix Spiritborn, and did every single player just was a broken Spiritborn for the whole of the season? They didn't fix it? Yes, that's fine. I mean, that whole part he made about the quintillions of damage thing, whatever. The third-party leaderboard meme, that's classic, though. It's funny.
Elon was talking about this stuff back
and it's
when
like one class.
He was doing it as the #1 player in the world. There were only 800 submissions. If you really think about what that means, the picture sort of necessarily changes, doesn't it? Elon Musk wasn't #1 in the world, let's clarify. He was the fastest submitted time to this website, where only 800 clips had even been submitted ever at all. And he was the fastest of this maximum 800 people by using a completely broken damage exploit, which let him outperform the competition for a very, very short window of time, after which he no longer submitted anything again. Elon Musk was not, just to reiterate, he was not, period, N, period, O, period, T, period, the #1 player, Diablo player in the world. He was the fastest of a minuscule self-reporting sample size for a non-official leaderboard, speedrunning one.
I guarantee you, if there was an official leaderboard in-game, right, and there was actual rankings, you would have had like fucking thousands of nerds trying to get the top spot in the game. Because there's no leaderboard in game, no one's got the incentive to do it. No one's got the incentive to do it. Like if there was leaderboard in it, 100, there is no way. He's totally right on this. There is no shot he would have even been double digits if there had been an actual leaderboard. 1,000%
type of dungeon using an openly broken
and default's bad, and it's a big game
exploit for a tiny sliver of time, when not even a fraction of 1% of the game's player base even competes. That's it. Let me just hammer this point home, because I think some people are probably going to miss the point, and I don't think that they should miss the point. So let's say I play League of Legends or Counter-Strike or any sort of round-based game, Marvel Rivals, any sort of round-based game. And I go to a third-party website where there's a maximum world record kill count per game kind of leaderboard, right? Some people have 30 kills, 40 kills, 50 kills per game, right? Really impressive stuff, but, some people have 20, some people have 10. And I get an 86 kill game in League of Legends. I get 86 kills in League of Legends, which is crazy. And I go and I put that out there, and I'm #1 on this website, right? This leaderboard website, I'm #1, I'm the best in the world, but only like 500 people have ever even submitted a score to that website. It blows my mind that anyone takes this man seriously. You cannot go and then say, I cannot ever say, I am #1 in the world at League of Legends in kill count, because I got this crazy high kill count, and only 500 or 1,000 or 2,000 people in the entire community of League of Legends have ever even submitted a score to that same leaderboard, right? You're competing.
It's kind of funny because it reminds me of Diablo fans. It reminds me of before they put leaderboards into the game, there was like this fucking I was Diablo fans. It was some Diablo website where you could track like who has the highest damage in the world, which was just like it would just get your armory profile, calculate your damage, and that was it. Who has the highest damage in the world? And I saw the guy who was top in hardcore Diablo 3 for damage. I was like, that's not even hard. I could beat that. So I fucking configured my gear, changed shit around, changed all my shit. And I changed it, and I logged out, and I logged, check the website, F5, I'm number 1. I was rank 1 on the damage. And you know what I did? I was like, dude, that's kind of badass. I'm rank 1 in the world. Look at me. I'm the number 1. I'm number 1 damage in Diablo. So I'm like, rank 1 damage guy, Diablo 3, start stream. Rank 1 damage. Yeah, because there was no leaderboards back in the day. And it's the reality was, hardly anyone played hardcore back then, and no one cared about the damage thing. But people were like coming in like, holy dude, rank 1 damage? That's sick, bro. That's your rank 1 damage? Your rank 1 and that's what got me started streaming. Do you know, if it hadn't been for that leaderboard website, right? If it hadn't been for that leaderboard website, do you know that I would have streamed Hearthstone as my first game? I was going to start streaming Hearthstone, Jet. Yes, that was so. But then that website convinced me like, oh shit, I'm like top ranked in Diablo, because I was about to get Legend in Hearthstone. I don't want to brag, kind of fucking badass. Went to Hearthstone beta, and I was going to start streaming that full time, right? Because I wanted to do streaming. I don't know what I wanted to do, and I was playing Diablo 3, and I was fucking popping on Hearthstone, and I was going to do Hearthstone, but then the Diablo leaderboard thing, just had me sold. Like I'm a top gamer. Anyway, then actual leaderboards came out. Well, there was the PTR, and everyone was super competitive. And it was nowhere near as easy, and you had to devote your entire life to, literally, you had to every waking hour was playing Diablo 3 if you wanted to be top on leaderboards. If you weren't, you're trash. Every waking hour, because as it should be, true degens.
Against no one, you're not competing, like you're not even on the same wavelength as the best players. You don't exist to them because they're not competing on that one tiny little minuscule website where you happen to submit something. To make things worse, the Diablo 4 community had allegations of him falsifying his progress and purchasing gear with unsanctioned methods and third parties.
Yeah, which he's admitted to now. So yeah, he definitely did get boosted, and he definitely did RMT. 100%. So in Diablo 4, that absolutely happened. Now it's not even like before it was hearsay and like, yeah, he very, very lucky did it. Now it's like, oh no, it's true. He actually did that. He actually did do that. And then he did claim to be like top rank repeatedly.
Stuff due to how quickly he had some of the best items in the entire game. But none of those allegations came with credible proof, and he really did seem to know what he was doing, at least from a very, very basic point of view. So for a short span of time, a lot of people in the video game community genuinely believed that Elon Musk was a world-class gamer. Unfortunately for him, all of that would come crashing down when he tried to pass himself off as a top 10 hardcore Path of Exile 2 player, and just completely destroyed his own credibility. Yep. This is where I have to reference another creator, because they were the ones that sparked the whole thing off with a very detailed analysis, and that person is Quin69. There's a detailed video on his channel linked down below, which really just showcases how Elon Musk, in at least some of his gameplay, was openly using an account that he did not and could never have leveled himself.
Yep.
However, the sheer hubris of how he acted and what he decided to do goes quite a bit beyond the single performance, so I'm just going to list off some of the things that happened here, which turned him into a complete joke of a person. First, while displaying absolutely zero spatial awareness and boss mechanical knowledge, he had supposedly farmed 9 citadels in less than the first 2 weeks of the game being live.
Gaming.
A lot of people watching this probably don't know what that means, but to put it very simply, it did not happen. He's full of shit. Next, he not only had one, but 2 different top 100 characters on the hardcore ladder. One of them at rank 59 called Kekius Maximus, which was level 94. And then the other at rank 7 called Perseverance. And Quin's video has way more detail about why. But when demonstrating himself playing these characters, it was literally like watching a kid with next to zero game knowledge.
Yep.
Misusing, misclicking, and misunderstanding fundamental and very basic in-game mechanics that no player ever, with the ability to legitimately get a character to rank 7 globally, and this is a real leaderboard, not a joke garbage leaderboard.
Yep.
It doesn't mean anything like the Diablo stuff. This is a real one that actually ranks everybody. No person that legitimately can do
to be clear,
anything at that level.
To be clear, even though it is a far more legit leaderboard than any leaderboard in Diablo 4, like especially a third-party submitted one. This is early access HC trade, which that's not like some people. I think that like almost every player on. Is there any player outside of Khan actually going for level 100? Like how many people are actually trying to level up? I don't even know if there's that many people trying. They're kind of just gaming and just blasting and making characters and just trying shit out. I think the complete majority of people. I don't think Ziz is trying to hit 100. I don't think Ben's trying to hit 100. I don't think anyone is actually trying to hit 100. I think the only one I know is Khan's trying to hit 100. And he's trying to do it on softcore. He's trying to do it on softcore self-harm, but he's having some issues. What level is he now? Is he still 99? Oh fuck. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, so what I'm saying is it's actually not even that competitive. But the thing is, that's irrelevant. It's the fact that he's trying to fucking lie about it. And he's literally tricking everyone into thinking that's the case. But now, okay, as of today, he has technically admitted to a guy in DMs that he did cheat. And he did say, yeah, you could post a video about it. So, I mean, this is kind of what? This is kind of. I mean, what is that? If he admits to cheating hardcore in D4 and in PoE, in DMs, and then says you can post a video about it, that's kind of it taking that is kind of taking responsibility, right? I feel like he's admitting that he did it, right? So, I mean, you got to give him some kudos for that. You do have to give him some, like, it's not like he's, now it's after he got caught. It's after he got, like, whatever, exposed, which obviously makes it less, and he's still not saying, like, yo, he's trying to justify it and say everyone does it, which is just not the case. It's not the case. So, it's like, but then again, I feel like he's admitted more than anything than Pirate Software's ever admitted. Let's not even get it twisted.
Would ever be screwing up like him.
Better than, yeah, he's doing better than Pirate, right? He's doing better than Pirate. You gotta give him that. You gotta give him that.
Ever. Want more? Okay. He logged in and was testing a stream with Starlink while fighting the Arbiter, which is a pinnacle endgame content boss. And when that character died, it was revealed that the name was Monk E Business, which was a character from the Hong Kong region primarily, where the trade messages allegedly defaulted to Mandarin characters. And with his most recent top 10 account, the account was online and grinding content actively while Elon was having a live broadcast with Alice Weidel, who is a co-chair of the AfD, which is a right-wing populist political party in Germany. Elon was mousing over gear that he was wearing on his character, saying things like, it's low level and not the best, or due for an upgrade, when the gear that he was showing is so good, you can't even buy it on like the entire player trading marketplace. Items as good as the ones that he was wearing almost don't even exist. And yet he was talking about how they maybe weren't the best, which just, frankly, it's impossible for someone who legitimately understands the game at even a mediocre level to be saying the things that he was saying. Elon Musk went from pretending to be one of the best players in the world at Quake, when he simply wasn't, to showcasing his own Elden Ring build, which got him universally laughed at. And then suddenly, he's a rank 1 Diablo player with a sample size of 800 people, using a short-lived infinite damage exploit, and pretending to be top 10 in the world for a high-profile game like Path of Exile, hardcore, in such a pathetically inauthentic and unbelievable way that the entire community just openly and immediately sees what's really happening and laughs at him. Capping the whole thing off.
Yo, jeez. Calm down, bro. He's already dead. He's already dead, bro. Stop.
As if it could possibly get any worse. After being called out by practically everyone, more specifically though Asmongold, who did a video about the whole situation, Elon just lost it. He started bragging about how he's played with the world's best players, even leaking private messages with Asmongold as some sort of counterattack.
He thinks it's some kind of fucking giga brag. I played with Rob from the block, okay, bro? All right? Rob from the block was boosting me in a fucking Helltide, all right? All right? I was playing with Rob, and he was from the block.
Openly stating that Asmongold has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything, because Elon somehow read that Asmongold has a video editor who makes content out of the live streams and posts it to the YouTube channel, and took that to mean that the video editor, who is an employee of Asmongold, is somehow his puppet string pulling boss. It's hard to express at this point just how stupid this man has exposed himself to be. Not only is he insecure in his own video game accomplishments to a point he will violate the terms of service for high-profile titles to falsify said accomplishments. Grinding Gear Games legitimately needs to ban him, by the way.
Bro.
What he's doing is very clearly against their terms. But not only that, he lies about his own status and then fundamentally misunderstands the most basic, child-level concepts, right down to the idea that the person criticizing him is being governed by a video editor.
Oh,
he even
God.
went and temporarily took away the verification checkmark on Asmongold's Twitter account, like a temper-driven toddler. And when I look at everything in context, I think owning Twitter literally broke his brain. Having that many millions of people constantly sucking up to you for ad revenue all day, every day on social media, and then going full terminal online.
It's the yes men. It's the yes men paradox. So if you surround yourself with people who always say yes, you become delusional and detached from reality. 100%. It happens to a bunch of superstars who basically no one will ever call them out. So then they develop bad, terrible behaviors, right? But no one's willing to. No, everyone's too much of a pussy to be like, "Yo, Elon, that's a terrible idea. Like, you're just gonna make yourself look like a massive clown." Or like, "Dude, it's actually not cool to cheat in video games." They're like, "Nah, bro. As far as I see it, there's nothing wrong with cheating in video games. Everyone's cheating. So yeah, Elon's totally right here. There's nothing wrong with it." Well, then of course, if that's what he hears his friend saying, well, then he's going to think that, right? And because no one's willing to call him out, he's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and doubling down, and just kind of feedback looping, right? And you see it happen time and time again with loads of really rich, successful people. And it's happening to your boy Elon. Although he's been kind of low-key bragging about that shit. Now that you go from the Quake thing, to the D4 thing, to the PoE thing, he's definitely got way worse recently. But hey, do you know what? Maybe this controversy has been what it takes to kick him out of it. Who knows?
Mind mode like he has somehow like fused new pathways in his brain, which turned him erratic, insecure, and just I don't know, completely out of touch. It's sad. In the end, the world's richest man is also a serial fabricator of accomplishments for multiple of gaming's most notorious titles, while he lashes out and doubles down, refusing to acknowledge that paying someone else to do things for you does not actually award you those achievements. He obviously thinks it does, but I think at this point Elon Musk has comfortably earned himself the title of the biggest and most hilariously out of touch fraud in gaming history. That's it. If you support the channel, check out the links down below. A special VPN deal, Forest Locals, and Patreon for monthly memberships, merchandise, social media, etc., etc. But I'll cut it there and stop rambling. Actually, final note. At this point, I'd be curious if anyone out there genuinely still thinks of him as a genius. Like, for real. Do you? Does anyone look
at He's engagement baiting. He's engagement baiting
this man and say, "Wow, that's a genius"? Because like that illusion, that mirror is shattered for me. Anyway, as always, thank you all for watching. Question everything, and have a nice night.
He went hard as fuck, guys. This guy's thumbnail goes crazy, bro. This guy's thumbnail goes fucking crazy, bro.